Samoa Joe, first of all, I am just so happy to see you here, back in WWE on NXT. Your match with Karrion Kross is one of the matches that I am most looking forward to at NXT Takeover. Before we get into the tryouts, tell me a little bit about, heading into your match with Karrion Kross and how you feel about that, especially given that it's been a chunk of time since we've seen you wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. Obviously I've been going through a recovery, dealing with getting back into the ring. So, this weekend, NXT Takeover, to be back in the ring, to be back in front of the WWE Universe, and most importantly, competing for the NXT Championship is something that, let's just say, I'm very much looking forward to.
I'm very much looking forward to that too, because I have a feeling it's going to be a very hard-hitting match. But now here's the thing too, as somebody who, you can say eats, sleeps, and breathes pro wrestling, during that time off that you weren't wrestling, what was the hardest part for you to kind of, I'm sure you had that urge to get back in the ring. The urge to be back in the ring is always present in your mind. But for the most part, I think my focus is mainly on getting healthy and getting back to 100% and getting myself in a position to be in the best possible position to perform at my highest level. So that was really the focus during my time away. It was never, get back in the ring, beat myself up, feel bad about the whole deal. No, it was more get healthy, put ourselves in the best possible position to succeed going forward. And it was kind of the mantra I kept in it. I'm glad I did, because I kept myself from driving myself crazy most of the time. I should be in there. So, it's a little tip that worked out for me. So. I love that. And what would you say, you mentioned right now that, sometimes you could be driven a little bit crazy, waiting for your turn to get back into the ring. What would you say, though, what was the biggest challenge in terms of making sure that you got back to back to getting healthy, to the position to where you could get back into that ring?
Oh, taking the time. Obviously, with concussion type injuries, it takes time. And it takes a lot of time, and you want to give it a little bit more time after you've given it time. So, that was the biggest thing. It's just playing a waiting game, and you really, it's not in your control. There's nothing I could do more to really help the process along. There's a lot I could do to slow the process. So it's just mainly avoiding those type of activities and really doing my best to give my body a chance to heal properly.
Amazing. And now let's talk about, NXT, because NXT right now has so much incredible talent. They've always had, but, essentially just to be able to, get to work with this new crop of talent on NXT. For you, how exciting is that for you?
It's exciting as it was the first time I entered NXT. Being there, seeing all these young, tremendously talented athletes kind of bursting onto the scene, coming into their own. And, now I find myself here back at NXT, and yet again, a plethora of young, hungry talents ready to burst out in the scene and come into their own. So it's a very, very fun environment to be around, and it's very infectious. So it's always good to be back at NXT.
That's incredible. Now let's talk about the tryouts, because that's what we're here for right now. And I gotta say, this was pretty cool. It's a pretty cool sight to see, especially as somebody who's never been able to see tryouts like this. And I know when I saw you, Matt Bloom, Triple H, William Regal, amongst others, walking around and scouting the talent. Tell us a little bit about, what type of talent catches your eye and some of the talent that you saw out here today.
Well, there's a lot of factors that go into what we look for in a talent. One of the major ones, obviously, is athleticism. We're looking for size, look, charisma, ability, coachability. Probably one of the key things that we're really looking forward to. And it's just simply that when we make a correction, that correction sticks, you understand it, and you carry it on with you for the rest of the session. So, these are a lot of the factors that we look into when we're evaluating talent. And, if all those things come together, you're in shape, you're charismatic, you know what you're doing in there, you're coachable, you listen, more often than not, they find themselves as WWE superstars.
Did anybody surprise you here today, or were you taken back by anything in particular that you saw or that you noticed from some of the talent out here auditioning today?
I think the biggest surprise was the amount of improvement from day one to day two. Many of the athletes that come here have no background in wrestling. They are from other genres of combat sport, other genres of athletics, and have very, very actual in-ring experience. So to see them come in here and, essentially not know the right from their left foot, but then, be rolling and be able to do some of the basic things that we do to protect ourselves in the ring. To see that evolution over the span of 2 days and how amazingly quick some of these people pick it up, it's always kind of an amazing thing to see.